I'm going to be sharing with you a list that has been released today. Now, this list is the list of nuclear warning list for the United States. Now, we're hearing that what is unfolding right now is that as a result of the United States allowing Ukraine to take their missiles and use them against Russia, Russia has now responded and said, all right, if that's how the United States wants to play it, now Russia is saying they are putting together the list of nations that are enemies, adversaries of the United States that would like to have their hands on some missiles to strike the United States. Now, they're going to be sharing with you the list of these. And we've also heard that at this time, as we've seen, that there have been nuclear capable vessels that have made their way from Russia to Cuba to do drills. Also coming out today, we're hearing that Belarus has said that they are joining alongside of Russia, performing nuclear testing and drills as well, should a conflict arise in the West. So other nations that are against the United States are saying they're making their preparations. And in addition to that, one of the big ones that is on this list and is in the headlines today is Mexico. That is right. Russia is saying that Mexico would love nothing more to be able to strike the United States, that they are actually an enemy to the U.S., and they're saying that they are planning to equip them with missiles as well. I'm going to be sharing with you the latest. As I mentioned, this just came out today, June the 10th, 2024. We're seeing this across Russian news media outlets, and there are now news articles coming out on this as well. So I'm going to be sharing with you the various nations that have been brought up in this, as Russia is saying, all right, United States, you want to supply our enemies with missiles to hit us? We're now going to be putting together a list and supplying your enemies with missiles to hit you. And if they choose to do so, that is on them. So Russia is now talking about distributing their nuclear weapons to other nations to fight against the United States. And they're saying so that way the U.S. could essentially be hit from any side, from any nation. They are planning to distribute those nuclear weapons. And in addition to that, as I mentioned, we're going to be talking about as well, articles linked in the description, Belarus now saying they are going to be conducting nuclear drills alongside of Russia. They are now conducting these drills in preparation for conflict. They're saying with NATO, the West, the U.S., as things seem to be intensifying with World War III. Now, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I see we've got about 730 people on. Are you concerned about Russia deploying essentially other nuclear weapons to our enemies? And the big one here in the headlines today is Mexico. And I'm going to be sharing with you all the list of them. Let me know, is this concerning to you that this is taking place? Yeah, I see Lynn saying, thank you as always, Steve, for telling us about what's going on. You are very welcome. Somebody saying it's very concerning. Yes, essentially handing out these nuclear weapons to our enemies, to our adversaries, and saying, here you go, choose to do with them what you will. But I'm going to be covering the details for you in this video. And do me a favor, if you appreciate the updates and knowing exactly what's going on, please hit that like button for me so that way you can stay notified. Subscribe to stay up to date. It's totally free. Why not? And also pinned in the comments is the steveramnews.com newsletter to stay connected in case social media platforms go down. Jack Quigley, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Says, you should cover the high tensions between France and Russia. France, who is in NATO as well. Yes, there has been a lot of back and forth between France and Russia as well. You are totally right. French President Macron is not having it. He is threatening right back, and they're saying that they're concerned that French could be one of the ones, French could be one of the ones that escalates these things with Russia, potentially forcing NATO into a war